It does look like Mauricio Pochettino will be Chelsea's manager next season, but what does this mean then for Frank Lampard? Is another failed tenure in many aspects?
Yes, mate.
Well, it's definitely been a tough gig for Frank, and one that he was brave to take on, to be honest, because there was always going to be a risk that if it went wrong, would that damage his opportunities going forward as a manager?
His reputation as a manager has been damaged.
Yeah, it has, absolutely, because it's a results-based business, and not only sometimes you can have the results, but things look like they're building and going in the right way. I think in this period for Frank, he wouldn't have expected the body language and the effort and just basically the jigsaw to fall apart the way it has done with him coming back. Obviously knowing a fair few of the squad members before he took the decision to do it, I think he would have thought, I've got half a chance of turning these guys around, and it's just totally not happened.
Did you feel a bit of sympathy for him, though? I mean, granted, he knew the situation.
He wouldn't want the sympathy. He knows the business is in. He knows the business is in. It's a tough business. He'll know that.
Do you felt sorry for him, or do you say you can't feel sorry for him because he's been put in that wonderful position?
Yeah, exactly. And
he knew what he was getting into, really.
Anybody would take that opportunity on.
I thought he'd have got some results with that group. So do you know what that tells me? That's not just the manager. Do you know, that group, there's been so many people through the door. There's something in the logistics of the group or the personnel that are not right. Do you know,
it's deeper than the performances and the results. There's been questions at other
football clubs. I spoke to somebody today about another particular football club who fall away at times, and they say weak mentality when it's not going so well.
Yeah.
So you know yourself, when you're playing and you're winning, it's so easy, you want to be out there, but you look across the way when you lose and you're having that bad run and you sort of go, he's reliable, he's there, and you know yourself, don't you, when you look. And I just think a few at Chelsea, when it's not going so well, have just sort of filtered away.
Is it just that, or is it beyond that? Because didn't work with Thomas Tuchel, didn't work with Graham Potter
so what's
either.
it telling you? You know, we've seen two wonderful coaches. Yeah. So again, the recruitment, they've got too many. It's disjointed. Soon as they're not playing, and like we're talking about Pep Guardiola here, he's probably only got 4 players at once that he's got a problem with. So we can go after that around regarding the squad. We go Cole Palmer, no problem, not playing. Rico Lewis, no problem. Nathan Ake said, right, I'll stand and wait. Do you know, there's only a couple, 3 or 4. That is that. At Chelsea, there's 2 teams also who think that they should start.
Yeah.
And it's sometimes you're looking across to the bench and then the next game when you've lost, and it's almost like just a revolving door that you keep getting those changes because you can do it.
Is this an example whereby when a coach or a manager goes into a new job, you actually have to look beyond just your squad, you have to look at the structure of the entire club, you have to look at the owners and how they run things as well. Perhaps that's a bit more of a priority than just the talent of the players that you have.
Yeah, well, it would have been interesting to have had some form of information about how the conversations went with Frank Lampard and the owners before he decided to take the role on, because I'm sure he would have been assured that he could go in and pick the players that he wants to pick, regardless of what's happened before.
I mean, they must have 3 or 4 directors of football, 3 or 4 chief executives, an owner who goes and buys. Maybe not just that owner, there's somebody else.
At the minute, it does look like, Brownie, there's too many cooks in the kitchen.
Yeah,
100%.
Which is not great news for Pochettino to come into.
We've seen this new structure of buying players on 7-year contracts, and what are they really, how are they structured? What really are they? You know, so
there's a lot of question marks,
So it's like, you know, that's the issue. So
what's next for Frank Lampard then? Where does he go next? He's got to go somewhere to rebuild his reputation, doesn't he, Frank?
Yeah.
Is that somewhere foreign, or is that somewhere you think within the English game?
Put it this way, he's not going to get anything near, for me personally, a top 10 job in the Premier League here. The next job he'll probably get could be when Vincent Kompany comes to Man City, when Pep's gone, maybe he'll get a Burnley or something like that. But it'd be a better Burnley than
I love how you're painting
Burnley
the
that
entire
Vincent Kompany
scenario
took it.
altogether coming
Yeah,
together.
like
He tried
little
to create,
things-
he tried to
little
create
things-
the manager like sort of
little run.
Roundabout
Yeah,
roulette.
exactly.
roundabout situation. just
Yeah,
to keep
exactly.
moving
But
them
that's
around.
how it works. It's that's how it works with little situations and opportunities coming like that. Apart from that, I think it's going to be a hard road back for him.